Already, Team USA stacking up with some huge stars. Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Trevor Story, Mike Trout, Pete Alonso, and most recently, Cedric Mullins have all committed. They are all in to be on the Team USA roster. Now we are joined by the man who gets to manage these players, Mark DeRosa, newly named manager for Team USA for the WBC. Skip, thanks for taking a few moments to be with us today. Tell me how this all went down with Tony Regans having the conversation with you about taking the charge.
Yeah, Alanna, first off, thank you. I've seen some of the tweets you've put out about kind of singing my praises. I appreciate that. But yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I went into the city. I got a call by Tony to go into the city to this MLB, the studios there. And I went in and sat with him for a while, actually, north of 2 hours, and kind of just, I guess, full-blown interviewed for it, and went back and forth, and then didn't know, because I kind of figured I was probably going up against some former managers or even some current managers that were considering it if they weren't going to take a job next year. And without experience, I knew someone was going to have to be bold and really take a chance. So I went in there a little bit differently, kind of exacted my will on them, so to speak. Talking to A.J. Hinch and Booney and Alex Cora over the years, I always felt like, you know, they said, hey, if you want something, you got to let these people know when you go into that meeting. So had a great conversation with Tony, went back in last week, and after about another hour conversation, he picked up a USA jersey and kind of threw it at me and said, I want to do it. Let's do it. So
that's fantastic.
I'm over the moon for this opportunity. But I mean, the players, the guys you just listed off, to be in their presence. I've been such a fan from afar, played with Bryce, Goldie, running this stuff right here. I can't imagine. Mike Trout, talked to him over the weekend. Harper, Trevor Story, all these guys have reached out. So just an awesome opportunity to be around the game's greats, the U.S. greats, and a chance to do some special things.
I mean, I'm so thrilled for you. Every single time there's a manager opening, I'm like, Mark DeRosa. Because to me, D-Ro, there's nobody that relates to players better than you, and there's nobody that can explain the game to a baseball novice or to a baseball expert. What is it that you're looking forward mostly about managing this group of guys that obviously has a tremendous amount of talent?
Being in the fight. To be honest with you, I know there's going to be situations where it gets hairy, regardless of having the greatest United States-born players. There's going to be moments where the game's going to get quick and it's going to get tense. And I look forward to seeing how I react in those situations. I look forward to seeing how the players react in those situations. But just to kind of be around the game again in the fight. I always say that. Working in the media, doing the show, I absolutely have a passion for the game. Know how hard it is for these players to go out there for 162, the ups and downs of it, and I know the game's not easy. But to sit on the couch and manage or watch guys go into slumps, it looks very simple from the couch. So I am really fired up about sticking my nose back into the clubhouse and being around the guys and kind of boots on the ground in the fight with them.
D-Ro, aside from the superstars, and I just listed so many guys that are our superstars in our game, when you're looking to build your team and select the remainder of the roster, are you looking for guys with simpler swings because timing is an issue at the time of year that the WBC is played?
I'm looking to, I know it's 3 to 4 weeks, Alanna, but I'm looking to create team. I'm looking for guys to understand roles. I mean, I get it. You got the game's greats, like I said, Nolan Arenado, Goldie, all these guys. They're, I mean, obviously going to play a ton. But I remember in 2009, there was some bench guys like myself who understood their role and were ready to go at a moment's notice because we had played that part before for whatever organization we were on. So I just remember being a part of it, how it went from a feeling out process the first couple of days with each other to all of a sudden David Wright got a huge hit against Puerto Rico and we became instantly a team. You would have never known that we all played for 30 different organizations. We came together as one. It was unbelievable. And that's kind of what I want to create because it is a sprint. So you gotta match teams' energy. You gotta try and create kind of a team unity pretty quick.
You mentioned that a couple of times. Team is a big deal. And we also spoke off camera, and you mentioned this on Friday on MLB Central, that you have to kind of feel out the room, figure out who is the alpha male. There could be a lot with the amount of stars on this team. How do you cultivate a culture early? Because you don't have a lot of time to figure it out.
Well, I think, to be honest with you, Mike Trout kind of is the alpha male, whatever room he walks into. And I'm sure Bryce is right behind him in a close second. So for those guys to reach out to me over the weekend and kind of express their desire to play and want to win and just ready to get rolling after the season was super huge for me. And if those guys are the energy givers with Nolan, amongst others, I mean, kind of everyone just falls in line. I think the biggest thing for me will be how the pitching staff is rounded out. I know it's not easy. I'm sure it's going to be, a work in progress the entire time. I remember when we went, we had Jake Peavy and Roy Oswalt, Ted Lilly, Jeremy Guthrie, I think, was a starter on that team. And it's funny, and it's changed. The WBC has changed in 13 years since I was there. Like I said, I don't think we realized how important it was until it was almost over. The starting pitchers weren't ramped up at that point. The Jake Peavy's of the world were going out there, and it was almost like their third or fourth bullpen. And next thing you know, they're pitching against Japan in Dodger Stadium in front of a packed house. So I think the U.S. is grown from these experiences, the way they went about it last year, a little bit more reliever type stuff coming at you. So I'm interested to see. I know the players want to do it. It's a matter of the organizations kind of allowing some of the big dogs to come on board.
Well, I cannot wait for the World Baseball Classic. It's one of my favorite events every 4 years. Mark DeRosa, nobody more deserving than to take that position as the manager of Team USA for WBC, your first foray into professional managing, and it better not be the last. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Alanna. I appreciate it.